Hello students, in this video we will go over a couple of the commands in chapter 8 which are Linux utilities. This chapter has a lot of system monitoring or utilities which allow us to monitor the system status, like check the processes that are running, check the disk usage, and tons of other useful stuff. There is also a spell checker called iSpell, which I would encourage you to explore, and it works exactly like the features that are available in the modern word processor. Only it's great to know that Linux offers all of the features that application programs offer, and in fact, when you look at the spell checker, it offers an amazing variety of options. However, because that's a very familiar command, I will just skip over and look at the compare command, which compares two files. Now, this one is kind of useful because a lot of times when we write code, we would like to check two versions to see which was the later one or which one had to see how two files compared with each other, and sometimes on which line number the differences arose, just for us to check and see what were the changes made and which version we'd like to keep. So I have just created a file called two files, 1 and 2. So this is the first line, this is the second line, this is the third line. At the first look, both of them look exactly the same till we realize that on the first line, this is uppercase, and there's an uppercase on the second line as well. So let's see how this works. If I do compare 1 and 2, then this spots a difference between the two lines. It's actually case sensitive, which means it realizes the difference is in line 1. Now this byte is, we can read this as character. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is the 6th character. And that's where the difference is on the first line. Now, as you can see, it did not, once it found a difference, it did not actually, proceed further, but it just exited the program. So if we want to find all the differences, then we're going to have to create some kind of loop and do this repeatedly and do a little bit of programming here, because all this does is it exits if it finds the first difference. If there's no difference, then it just doesn't report anything, which is not very useful. Now the next command that I'd like to just overview is the graph. Graph is a very, very powerful formatting utility. And what it does is it takes a document in which you have embedded tags, very like the HTML tagging that we are all very used to. And now in this particular section, it's also part of your lab assignment. We can see how to use these embedded tags and run graph on them to format your document into a manual page. So let's look at a page that I created, which is our pH menu, and I've called it phmenu.1. And as you can see, this document has a lot of tags. Now the .h tags, .th is the title tag, and .sh is the section tag, and then .tp is the paragraph tag, tag paragraph tag. And as you can see here, this is the title of the document, and when you run graph on this, it's going to format it by following the instructions that you have embedded inside and interpreting the codes and then displaying your document in that particular format. So here, this is the name of the command, the name of the command, and a very brief description of what this command is about. And here is the name of the command, and then in the description you can describe what is the functionality of the command. And then here in the options, this is very much related to the many options that you programmed in that the PH menu, when you ran the PH menu, then it displayed a variety of options, and each one stood for a particular task that you wanted to get done, like adding a record or deleting a phone record or searching for a record, right? But as you can see, these \FB stands for please display this in boldface, and then FI is displayed this in italics, and then FR is displayed this in the Roman font. So now once we prepare a document and then embed the tags in that, now we can run graph on this and say, can you please submit the output in ASCII? You can do that as a PDF. You can use a whole ton of features that graph offers, but for now we'll just stay with this. And then I'm going to give the flag -man, which says please use the man macros, because what I would like to create is a man page. And then I give the name of my file. And here is, as you can see right here, this looks a lot like a man page that is very similar to the man pages for any other command that we have used so far, right? So in fact, if I say man mv for the move command, then what we will see is, oh, I'm actually still here. If I say man move, now keep an eye out for this and see what this man page for the PH menu looks like. If I say man mv, then you can see the man page, the manual page for the move command. And that looks a lot like the manual page that we created for the PH menu. Of course, the nice thing to do would be to store the man page for our PH menu in a place where it can be pulled up like other manual pages, but we would need administrative rights for that. So currently we are not able to move it to the man directory, but we can save it on our directory, and for sure when we when we can display the man page for the PH menu by running graph. Right? All right.